Hello ladies and gentlemen, we've had our first new case of CS2's life drop on us. It is the Kilowatt Case, and as per usual we're going to go through with our raw first impressions of this case from top to bottom, from the blues all the way up to the reds. We do have a new knife. It is the Cookery knife. I found myself an animation video I haven't watched through just yet. I'll watch that with you at the end because I assume I'm not going to open a knife in my first ever case of the Kilowatt Case. At least I'd love to. Obviously, it would be amazing, but I doubt it. Another couple of changes as well that have come into this is additionally when it comes to the cosmetic side of things is you can now custom place your stickers, which is quite cool. I've never really been a huge sticker fan myself, so it doesn't really affect me per se, but I think a lot of people out there that do enjoy their stickers are going to have a really good time with that one. But that being said, though, let's go through from the blues all the way up and have a peek at the Dual Beretta's hideout. So these being the blue skins, I'm a lot more understanding of, as they're going to be like sort of fodder skins for the most part. I hope that CS2 is going to kick things off with a bang with the new case. I've got expectations here. Maybe unrealistic expectations, but we'll see what happens. So the Dualies are getting more play right now. We have these interesting sort of, they look almost like claw marks or teeth marks or whatever it is on the side of the Berettas. It looks nice. The color scheme's not bad. I don't hate it. I think these are fine. These are completely fine. There's definitely Berettas in the game right now that I would prefer over these. But in terms of fodder blue skins, have no issue with this whatsoever. Mac 10 light box. Huh? Oh. What? I thought my game crashed. What happened? Oh! Oh! Oh, okay, that's a nice surprise. Because all I saw before was a blank Mac 10, and I'm like, this isn't very impressive at all. Oh, this is sick. Oh, man. So anyone that watches my stream or has seen any of these videos before will know that I have a love for purple black as a combination. I love it. It's my favorite color scheme on anything, and this is just beautiful. Oh man, it's basic but in the best possible ways. I am 100% picking myself up one of these. This is a 10 out of 10 every day for me. I love the detail on it. I love the color scheme. I love the shape of the contours and stuff they've gone with. Whoever made this skin, thank you very much. I'll be picking myself one of these up. The light box is a banger. We're off to a great start. Nova Dark Sigil next. Ooh. So I do love my engraved skins as well, like the Cartels, for example. Love those. The Basilisk M4A1S. Have a great deal of fun playing with that weapon. And this looks pretty nice. Nova skins, I don't use the Nova much myself. I don't think it's getting that much play in CS2 overall. But if I was going to pick one up, this wouldn't be a bad choice. I like how it looks. I love the color scheme. I like how basic it is. But it looks like a classic kind of like shotgun to me. I like this. It's good. It is good. We have the Scout Disastra. First impressions were I didn't like the colors that much in the middle, but it's definitely growing on me the more I'm looking at this. I do actually like this skin. I'm liking the detail on it. I like the red outlines on like the end of the scope, the end of the barrel, also on the bipod. The middle portion of the skin actually does fit very well with this. At first I wasn't sure, but it's grown on me very quickly. To the point where if I was going to get a Scout, you know what? I might pick one of these up. It looks nice. And with it being blue as well, it's going to be very affordable, especially after the first week or so. So for me, this is another good one. We're off to a good start in this case. I have very high expectations because for me, additionally, I feel as if the detail on these skins that we've seen so far is far stronger than what we saw in a lot of the CSGO cases. And maybe that's just recency bias of CS2 creeping in. Maybe I'm talking out my ass, but that's how it feels. It feels like these have a lot of detail on them. So I'm very impressed so far. Let's have a look at Tech 9 Slag. Okay, so this is probably the first pass for me that I've seen on this case. And I don't think it's a bad skin at all. I'm just not too keen on the 9 on the magazine. It seems like there's some sort of mess on the actual gun itself. Curious if it's one of those kind of skins where the float and the wear is going to change how the skin looks quite dramatically. I feel like I'd prefer this skin if it was darker colored. So maybe when you're getting to sort of battle-scarred, well-worn territory, this will look different and it'll look better to me. But for me, I probably wouldn't pick one of these up. I think there's loads of Tech 9s in the game that are very cheap that eclipse this. So it's the first sort of meh skin. I don't think it's bad by any stretch, but I don't think I'm going to be picking this one up. UMP motorized. Ooh. That's got a lot of detail for a blue. My goodness. So they're really playing into sort of like the engine theme. But you know what? The more I look at this skin, the more I'm thinking of Terminator for some reason. It reminds me of, especially this part of like the knee of a Terminator or the shoulder or something like that. And when I think of it in a Terminator sort of theme, it makes this skin so much better to me, to the degree where I'm actually like, this looks pretty nice. Like a Transformer or a Terminator kind of feel. Do you know what I mean? The red outlines and the detail on the skin, the color scheme, I'm loving that. I am loving that. This is a very good skin again. These blues have been a massive hit for me so far. I've got to say, I'm very impressed. Very nice. XM Irizumi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Again, we've got that engraved feel to it. A lot of detail on the skin. It looks super clean. It's another thing I've noticed about these skins, apart from the Tech 9, which had a bit of like stuff on it, like dirt. It looked like dirt or something. The rest of these have been super clean looking skins. The XM is getting a lot more play right now as well. You're seeing a lot more pros picking it up on close range maps like Nuke, for example, and that's been the case even going back into CSGO. I think it's even more prevalent right now. It's very strong in CS2 with the run and gun sort of peak his advantage elements to it. So this skin overall, I'm not too keen on the color scheme, but I do really like the engraved feel to it. And again, with it being a blue, this is going to be very cheap, and I think you can't really go wrong with a skin like this. So again, it's solid. Now we're moving up to the purples. This is where things should step up a little bit, and it's a Glock as well. So we're hitting a Glock in the first CS2 case. Block 18. Let's have a look. Right, so they're going for the Lego kind of theme, right? Yeah, very much a Lego kind of theme. I don't hate the idea. I can't recall any other skin in the game looking remotely like this. I don't think that we've had any ideas like this before in CS. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And that's always a plus for me. Creativity and having something different in the game will appeal to more people. And this is going to stick out from the other skins. And that in itself is already a W. What I'm really curious about with this, though, is if every single one of these skins looks like this, or if it's one of those situations where you can have different finishes. So if you think of a case hardened skin, for example, it can have different blotches of blue and it can turn into a blue gem, which is worth a crazy amount. I wonder if this is the kind of skin where you can have the different blocks be different colors, perhaps. I'm not sure. Again, this is first impressions. If it is capable of having that, that could be a banger in itself. If you could have like an all blue handle or an all red top, or, you know, you could have certain color schemes that people are looking for. If that's the case, then this is a massive W. It's not personally a skin for me. I never really played with Lego that much myself when I was a kid. I don't have any nostalgia behind it. And I don't necessarily love the colors on it for that reason as well. It's a bit all over the place. But with that being said, I have a ton of respect for it, and I think it's a very interesting idea. So, nice. I wouldn't hate if I picked one of those up. I definitely want to see it in game. Next is an A4, so straight from a Glock to an A4. So we're hitting two of the big weapons already in this case. An Etchlord. Huh. I can't quite make out what it says on the side here. Something about snake. The snake will eat you. Is that what it says? I'm kind of struggling to read that. So we have a snake on the side, snake on the stock. The barrel looks clean. The color scheme is very sort of basic, but I don't say that as a negative. I've said this many times in these videos that I actually prefer sort of duller, darker color schemes than the super bright ones. So when I first saw this, I was a bit underwhelmed, but as I'm looking at it more, I'm liking it more and more. I use a magnesium M4A4 for context, which is quite a basic skin, and I wouldn't mind picking one of these up. I also think it probably will look really nice when the sun sort of reflects off the side and hits it a certain way. That snake will probably pop a lot more. And considering that I have the Basilisk M4A1S, which is kind of snake theme-ish, to have an A4 as well might not be so bad. That might be kind of a cool thing to work together. So that's growing on me. At first I was like, meh. Actually, I think that's a solid skin, especially considering it's purple, so it's a lot more... Like, if we got this in a pink or red, then there'd probably be disappointments, right? But I think purple's a fair place for it. 5.7 hybrid. Ooh. So I don't typically like bright colored skins, but I am a sucker for pink, purple kind of color schemes, as we already mentioned. And then it's very interesting, isn't it? You've got, at the clues in the title, the hybrid. The different component of this sort of bright theme with this sort of chrome-looking theme at the back. Party in the front, party in the back. Yeah, the 5.7 is getting a lot of play right now. We're seeing more CZs come into play as well, but the 5.7, pardon me, has always been very strong. Well, you know what? I do like this skin. I do. This is a good one. Tons of detail again. Looks super clean. This case has been a banger so far, I've got to say, with one potential miss, which is the Tech 9. The rest of these have been on point. And even then, the Tech 9 wasn't bad. It just wasn't for me. MP7 Smile, or just Smile. Right. So, oh, you have like the dead part on the back and then the alive part on the front. Interesting. I don't like graffiti skins very much. I think I've talked about this in the past, like the Wasteland Rebel, not a fan of that. AK skin. A lot of the skins in the game that are around graffiti don't do anything for me. I think they're quite generic. This is the same for me. I quite like the color scheme though in the background. If this was without the, if it just had like the face and not the just smile next to it, I probably would have preferred it a lot more. It's not bad. It has like that laminate feel to it as well. Like the fabric of it looks a bit like a laminate, which I also quite like. So at first, to be fair, this skin I was thinking, hell no, I'm not a fan. I think it's okay. It's all right. Would I pick it up myself? Nah. I think there's a lot more MP7s in the game that I'm more interested in. It's also not really a weapon that I use that often. I'm an MP9 sort of person. I hope there's an MP9 in the skin, in this case. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. I feel the same way about this as I do the Tech 9. The only difference is this is purple as opposed to blue, so that's why it's a bit more harshly marked. Sword off analog input, or as we'd say in England, sawn off. This is detailed, isn't it? Like, the problem the sawn off is always going to run into is it just doesn't get much game time. It doesn't get much play. Right now, if people are using shotguns, they're using like an XM. I've even seen Novas and Mag 7s getting picked up. People are loving the pistols right now, the Tech 9s, the Deagles, all those things. So, if you want to just be a collector and get a sawn off, this is honestly a pretty damn nice skin. It has tons of detail. It looks really good. It's super, super clean. I don't hate it at all. I think this skin is actually pretty solid. Not for me, but it's a damn solid sawn off skin. Oh, we've got an A1S as well. So we've already had an A4. Now we've got the A1S Black Lotus. Wait, isn't there a USP? Is that Black Lotus? I'm sure I used to have it. It's a purple one with a flower on it. Let's see. It could be the same. It might be the same, you know. I can't remember what that USP skin is called, but it looks very similar to this. Oh, this is clean. I'm not normally a big fan of flower skins, right? I'm just not normal. I don't know what it is, not that keen, but there's something about this Black Lotus. It's the purple, I'm sure, that just makes it look so nice. But it's more than that on this skin. The more I look at it, the more I like it. The detail. Look at the little gridded patterns and the little violet colors. And the magazine's clean and it's got the violet sort of highlight on it as well. The ring has some violet on it. The end, the suppressor's clean with a Black Lotus. Oh, mate, the skin's fantastic. This skin is a banger. Love it. And it's going to work so well with that USP as well, the one I'm thinking of. Oh, that's a 10 for me. So far, the Mac 10 and the M4A1S are the highlights. This is a pink skin, so it's going to cost you quite a bit more. But that is a very, very nice skin. I do like that one. Well done, whoever made this. Well done. Zeus. So I had heard some rumors that we have Zeus skins now in the game Olympus. Obviously, it's playing with the whole Zeus, the god element of it. Let's have a look. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice, though. Ooh. Reminds me a bit of Hades for some reason. Like, you know, the game in terms of the art style and this sort of gold with the lightning and stuff. And I know that there's some similarities with the whole god theme and everything, but... Oh, this is nice. I like this one a lot, you know. This is really, really nice. Now, I never use the Zeus, personally. Never, ever use the Zeus. But... because of the fact that this is the only skin that I'm aware of that the Zeus has, unless there's more come up with like a collection, I don't know about that yet. This is very, very clean looking. I'm impressed. Whoever's made this has had a banger. The air crackles. Brilliant. Very good skin. USP. So we got a USP in here as well called the Jawbreaker. Let's have a look. Huh. Loads of detail. I actually do like the color scheme on this, you know. I do. Do you know the thing that's holding me back from thinking this is another banger is the graffiti on the suppressor, and it's this, what does it say? Baby doesn't bite on the bottom of it, and I guess that's going to be covered by your operator's hand anyway on the grip. But you know, I would even be tempted to pick this USP up and then just take the suppressor off every time, because I really don't like graffiti stuff on my weapons. I think if we take the gun minus the suppressor and minus this writing, this is a fantastic skin. This is a banger. This is an absolute banger. But the suppressor part of it doesn't do anything for me. And what does it even say? Oh, the silencer reads good doggy. Yeah, like that does nothing for me personally. But without the suppressor, this is a fantastic skin. I'm just sad that it has this part on it. I wish it didn't. Oh, I'm very conflicted about this skin. Very conflicted. AWP Chrome Cannon. So we've got an AWP as well. This case is hitting most of the main weapons, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh. Oh my. Oh my, this is absolutely beautiful. Oh man, if you're a fan of like the fade skins or... Oh man, this skin is amazing. The only thing I would say against it is it's a red, so it's going to cost a kidney. Oh, this is phenomenal. This is a fantastic skin. This case has been very, very good. And you get a new knife in it as well. Oof. I reckon this case is going to cost a lot for a very long time. And you have an AK-47 on the next skin. My god, if that's a banger, then it might be one of the best cases ever. Yeah, that is a... I can't stop looking at it. It's a phenomenal skin. I have to switch over. This video is going to be 20-30 minutes long. Right. AK Inheritance. Okay. So, first off, I don't love the color scheme on it. The blue and white. I know some people love this. Reminds me a bit of the Guardian. I know the Guardian is like blue and black, but it reminds me a little bit of that in terms of how it looks on the magazines and stuff. But I've never really been one for these sort of heirloom looking skins, personally. It's like porcelain, heirloom kind of vibe to it. I'd imagine some people absolutely love this, and this will be their AK of choice, and that's great. I understand it. It has loads of detail, looks nice. I can't think of too many other skins that look anything like this, to be fair. For me personally, though, it would be a pass because of how much this is going to cost, and I just love my black slate. I'm a simple guy. Give me the black slate AK, I'm happy. It's cheap, it looks great, you can put stickers on there and stuff. But, you know, overall... Oh yeah, I was going to say, wait, there's another skin, but it's because it's the cookery knife and you can't look at that. Overall, this case is fantastic. I've got to say, it's really, really good. Mac 10, phenomenal. The UMP, very solid. M4 is good. 5.7, very good. M4A1S, beautiful. Zeus, fantastic. USP, I'm on the fence, but I think it is a good skin. AWP is... might be my favorite AWP in the game, actually. Definitely my favorite Mac 10 in the game. So this case, it's definitely like a 9 or a 10 for me. Now let's look at the cookery knife, because I do have a video here of the animations. Again, I haven't watched this yet. I've paused it right at the start so we could watch this together. So let's look. First things first, the knife looks really good. That is a nice looking knife. Only thing I would say is it seems like it's very high up, like it's blocking a lot of the screen. But I guess you can change your view models and all that good stuff anyway, if that is a problem. The knife itself, though, looks really nice, and I could imagine a lot of the finishes are going to look fantastic on this. Like if you can get a Doppler or like a fade, oh mate, I can imagine a fade will look really good on this knife. But let's have a look at the animations. Okay, so we have like a twirling up. Oh, what was that? There's the inspect. I'm not sure I like. It's like a reverse huntsman or gut knife animation, isn't it? It's like going the other way around. It's a bit strange to me. It looks a bit odd. Maybe I'll get used to it though. It's very flashy. It's a very nice looking knife, though. It's very sleek. Looks clean. The handle's nice. So yeah, I mean, the Cookery knife is looking pretty damn good. I haven't seen the finishes on it yet, of course, but that is looking pretty damn nice, if I do say so. Right, as per usual in these videos, I've opened, or not open, I've got myself a case, which I'll open now. Honestly, if I hit that Mach 10, I'm super happy. Anything, you know, towards the pinks or reds, super, super happy. Let's see what we get. Our first new case of CS2, and we've got ourselves, oh, we were close to the Mach 10, but we didn't quite hit it. So this definitely does look a little bit more deteriorated than the Nova that we saw before, right? I'm seeing a lot more sort of missing parts of the gun here. The engraving doesn't look quite as clean, so I'm going to assume this is like down there in the dumps, battle scarred. Right, there you go then. So just to give you an idea of the Nova in particular, how that's looking, the battle scarred doesn't look fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do you agree or disagree with me on the case? How do you find it overall? What would you rate it out of 10 overall as a case? I personally think it's a very strong 9. I think the only thing holding it back from a 10 is that it didn't have like a god tier AK. A 10 out of 10 is like perfection, right? 9 is very, very high for me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.